Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be setting up our weekly check-in for August. So we're going to go ahead and flip to the page behind our monthly view, and we're going to set up our weekly check-in here and our transaction log on this side. And we are using Sara Marie stickers. So we have her weekly check-in as well as the transaction log. And we are going to be using a thick washi from her as well. So let's go ahead and get this one set up. So we have it on this side. All right, so we put our weekly check-in on this side. All right, so there we have that one. So we're gonna do week 1. There we go. And I believe we do 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So we're going to skip 5 lines and fill in the rest of these. So we're going to have 4 weeks that we're going to be checking in for this month. Alright, so now we're going to take one of these pretty thin washies here and lay at the bottom to close out this bottom here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Complete the look. Alright, so that is our weekly check-in side. We're going to write in our categories in just a minute. But first we're going to go ahead and set up our transaction side. So we have it over here. All right. And I like to have a running transaction log just so I can see right beside where my weekly check-in is, because I try to go in at least daily, if not every couple days, to fill in any transactions that we've had over the few days that is past and write them in here. That way when I look at it and I'm doing my weekly check-ins, I know that I have everything and then they're good. But I also like having the monthly view just so I can see what days we spend more money on and what days we need to kind of try not to spend money on. It makes it easier to see it laid out that way as well. So that is just me. And I think we're going to take one of these thin washies to kind of put at the bottom. Most likely I will run out of space, but it's fine. I did last month. Alright, so now we're just going to go ahead and draw in our lines for here. So it's all ready to go. I can just write in everything. And then she also has this remaining per week, and I like to use it with the groceries and gas to kind of see how much we need to keep on track with. That way we don't overspend in one or the other. So there's that. I'm going to grab a different color, kind of brighten it up. We'll use this one, kind of matches. Alright, so we're going to flip this over and go ahead and write in our categories because they're going to be the same all 4 weeks. So we have we have groceries, gas, spending, miscellaneous, and unbudgeted. All right, and I'll be right back as soon as I fill in the rest of these. So give me 1 second. All right, so there is our weekly check-in spread, and we have finished our transaction log. So I've already set up August sinking funds, I have to fill in the beginning amounts. So our categories for our sinking funds will be back to school, birthdays, car maintenance, car tags, but we won't be adding anything this month. But I do want to make sure I have that included because there is money still left over. We have Christmas, dance, holidays, and medical. And I want to say we're going to add one more, seeing that we're not going to be putting anything towards that one. So I'm waiting to see which one we want to add that to. We have our little transaction log for any ones that we use. And I have set up variable income. So from YouTube, hopefully we have $100 to come in this month, but we shall see. And then Herbalife, I don't predict a lot, so I just put $20 just to give me a small estimate amount. So we'll see how we get earning on that one. But I have already set both of those up. And I also want to show y'all my debt tracker. I have already went in and set it up with Sara Marie stickers. I don't have my beginning balances yet because I have one more payment I'm making on the student loan in Mazda. So once I have that numbers, I will fill this in and give y'all an update on how that is looking. So with all that, we are just going to go in and quickly set up, I think the last thing we have to set up, which is my paycheck breakdown. All right, so we're gonna lay it on thick washi here. All right, so with our top space, we're going to use this one. These are Erin Condren dual tip markers. I just got them from Erin Condren. All right, so we have on the top section is our income. All right, so up here we have income. And then we're going to skip 3 lines and do our total. All right. And I love using 2 different colors. It just makes it much funner. All right, so for income, it is James, me, and then other. All right. So let's draw in the line here. We're going to skip. Go ahead and draw in a line down there. So now we have our expenses. So our expenses, and I like to list these in order from our largest number down to the smallest amount. So we have groceries, Mazda, rent, Allstate. Allstate is our insurance company for our cars. Power, AT&T, gas, spending, water, charter, student loans, and on here I just write S loan. We have miscellaneous, pest control, and I just put P control. So I'm starting to do a cushion for my checking account in case the places aren't taking cash. So we're going to start a cushion. Savings, sinking funds. That way we know how much we're actually putting towards sinking funds. And then debt. almost ran out of space. My goodness. Okay. So those are everything that we are going to be tracking. And then at the bottom, we're going to write total. All right. So now our next line that we are going to put in is our budgeted amount. Okay. So we have budget. Which will be the same as what we have our income on our monthly budget Excel page. All right. So for James was the 2,800. Me was 0 and other was 0. All right. So now for all of our expenses, this will be from going from August and all of this stuff will go towards September. So all of this is what we're putting towards stuff for September. So for groceries, we're going to do $630. Mazda, $601. Rent is $600. Allstate is $193. And any of the ones that have change, I just round up to the next dollar. That way I don't have to deal with change in a cash envelope, and it's just easier to deal with in there. Power is $160. AT&T is $138. Gas is $130. Spending is $100. And this is for me and my husband, so we'll split this in half, or whatever we end up with, we'll just split in half for both of us. Water is $80. Charter is $70. Student loans is $57. Miscellaneous, we are only going to put down $8, and I will tell y'all why in a minute. And pest control is $33. Normally we put in $50 for miscellaneous budgeted amount here, but after adding all of this up, $8 was all we could put in miscellaneous. All right, because it has to equal this. We can't budget more than what we were expecting. So the rest of this doesn't get budgeted anything, but hopefully we'll have extra and we can throw into one of these categories here. So our total equals $2,800. Okay. So that is why miscellaneous is only $8 right now. Hopefully throughout the month, we will definitely be able to keep filling it, all of them, hopefully. So now to finish out the rest of this. Sorry if y'all can hear my kids screaming. They refuse to go to bed. And they're just fighting. And they're kids. So, sorry. Paycheck 2. So my husband's getting paid 4 times this month. I love 5 weeks because they're so much easier to work with. You have a little extra to put towards saving stuff. But 4 weeks, you just got to make sure you're really on track. And it's a little bit difficult because sometimes they're shorter than what you actually need them to be. So, and we're going to do paycheck 1, paycheck 2, paycheck 3, paycheck 4. We'll do it down here as well. All right, and then this last column here, we are going to write in total. And what that means is that we're going to take paycheck 1 through 4 and add it together and write in our total over here. And we'll subtract our budgeted amounts from this and see if we are more or less than what it equals. As long as our bills down here are exactly the same, those are fine. But if like groceries, gas, or spending, miscellaneous or less, it is perfectly fine as well, because those are cash envelopes that we could deal without a little extra in them. But as long as our bills are covered. So we're just going to do total. All right. So this is our paycheck breakdown for our August budget. So we have our weekly check-in and it's ready to go. We now have everything set up for the month of August. But I really hope that y'all enjoy seeing me set up my August budget, my weekly check-in, the transaction logs, all of that stuff. And I can't wait to catch y'all in my next video. Bye-bye now.